Today I'm going to share why you need to redefine success, so make sure you stay tuned. Hi, I'm Tony Beige, founder of 365 Plus, and so many people have their definition of success all mixed up, and I can tell you I was definitely guilty of that. Everybody feels like success is defined by different things in our life. You know, how wealthy we are, what job we have, whether or not we have a husband or a partner, how many kids we have, like all of these different things that we say, that's what makes us successful. But is it really? Is it really that like you're defined by your job, or you're defined by your spouse, or you're defined by your family? No, it's not true. That can be one element of what success looks like for you, but the reality is we're always just waiting for other people to define success for us. And we're living up to this standard that society has for us of success. And we need to take a step back and decide, what does success look like to me? And that's why you need to redefine success. You need to let go of all of the societal norms of what success looks like, and you need to decide what it looks like for you. Because when you decide what success looks like for you, you can achieve it. Because otherwise you're chasing this constantly unachievable thing that might not even be what you want. So let's look at like how you would define success. A great way that I love to do it is to look at all of the different areas of my life and decide, what do I want success to look like in those areas? So I'll give you a couple of examples of these areas, but completely make up your own. It could be career. What does success look like for you in your career? But I don't want you to just focus on, the job title or the salary that you're going to get with that career or the company you're going to work for. I want you to focus on, how are you going to feel? How balanced are you going to be? Are you going to be working 24 hours a day, or are you going to be working 8 hours a day? Are you going to love doing your job? I want you to think about all of those different things, not just the job title. Then I want you to think about your relationships. And again, I want you to think about not just who you're in a relationship with, but how you feel, what that relationship gives you, what you enjoy about that relationship, how you spend time together. And I don't want you to just think about your intimate relationships. I also want you to think about your family, your friends, all of the people around the world that you have relationships with. I want you to think about all of those, and not just who it's with or how long you're staying married for or whatever else, but exactly how it's going to feel, what you want, what your ideal situation is there. Then I want you to think about your health and well-being. And again, I want you to think about, what's your ideal state for all of those different areas, like how fit and healthy are you? What are you eating? What are you drinking? I want you to think about all those things. What does that ideal, successful life look like for you? Not for anyone else. Again, forget about the bikini models. Just because they look great on Instagram doesn't mean that that's what you need to aspire to. What do you want? Then think about your finances. Think about all of the different things that you want to achieve with your finances. And do you really need to have $1 million in the bank to achieve them? If you do, great, that's good. But what's the feeling you're trying to get? Do you really need that much money to get the feeling? Most of us are chasing a feeling of freedom or security or whatever else. So think about the feeling. What are you looking for there? And what's going to give you that feeling? Because the reality is, success is not going to come when you magically make $1 million or $100,000 or whatever your number is. It's not like, ding, now you're successful. No, there is so many millionaires, billionaires, gazillionaires out there that have a lot of money, but they're completely unfulfilled and unhappy. Is that how you want to feel? Do you want to have a dollar amount in the bank but feel horrible at the same time, and maybe have lost your friends, your family, everything along the way? Probably not. If you do, that's fine, define it that way, but probably not. Then I want you to think about, your growth. What are you doing to grow yourself? If we're not growing, we're dying, like plants, right? They're either growing or they're dying. There's not much in between. We're the same. So how are you growing yourself? How are you feeding your mind? How are you constantly next leveling yourself? But again, not just for the sake of it. Not just to make yourself feel good and check a box, but what are you trying to achieve there? What are you looking for? What does success in that area look like for you? What are the things you really want to grow and learn on? If you want to learn French or Spanish or learn how to play the piano or I don't know, learn how to skydive, anything you want, but put down that what you want, not what you think everyone else wants you to do. And then finally, contribution. Like, the secret to living is giving. And so you really need to think about who you're contributing to, how you're contributing. And this doesn't have to be financial, or it can be, but it doesn't have to be huge amounts of money. It could be anything, but what does it look like to you? It could be tithing to your church, or it could be doing a random act of kindness for a stranger. It could be literally anything, but what does that contribution look like to you? So that's 6 areas that I just quickly brainstormed, but come up with your own areas and look at what success looks like in all of those areas for you. What does your ideal life look like in all of those areas for you and not for anyone else? And then when you have that, then you'll have a good picture of what success really looks like for you. You don't necessarily, if you think about everything as a circle, you don't necessarily want your career to take up 3/4 of your circle. And that was the trap I fell down. I kept thinking, if I work harder, if I do more, if I do this, if I do that, then I'll be successful. And I did that. I was incredibly successful in my career, but I was doing it at the sacrifice of my health, because every time I was like, oh, well, I should work out. Oh, but I've got too much work to do. I need to work harder if I want to be successful. Little did I know that when I stepped back and look at that, what's my definition of success? My definition of success is massive career success without compromising my health, without compromising my relationships, without compromising anything else. And now I figured out how to do that, and it's easy, and you can do it too, but it really starts with understanding what success looks like for you and not just falling into the societal norms of being a soldier that rocks up to work every day to make a lot of money. For what? So go and figure out what your for what is, and let me know what it is in the comments below. Live vivaciously.